Teammates don't forget that. He is tough, and he is good. Garoppolo throws, and the pass is incomplete for Kittle. And Kittle drew a crowd. It'll be 3rd down and 8.
We'll take a closer look, but right at the very end, but no call on that play, and Kittle just not able to reel it in. I mean, they're without Hollywood Brown. Those two guys, they made that trade for Hollywood Brown. He and Hopkins have yet to even be on the field together this year.
Here's another one as Hopkins finds a hole in the defense and gets 17.
When you're running routes like DeAndre Hopkins, you're going to see how Ward gets turned around and Hopkins come right out. He's not the fastest guy, but when you watch him, he's a long strider and he chews up a lot of ground, and he's able to turn these defensive backs.
Missed last week. High snap. Kick is good. First points of the night. Here's Samuel, first touch. Flag on the play, and Samuel does not get the first down. McCoy, sideline, beautiful. Hopkins, back shoulder throw, and a catch is made. 49ers don't agree.
This is so good. They were pressed across the board, and you just can't defend it. I mean, when you've got someone like, it's clear that he has the attention of the players. He's universally respected.
That's an offside. Dortch makes the catch, and he is off. Dortch inside the 30. Good move. Hufanga finally gets him down near the 13. Nick Bosa came across early.
Offside. Defense, number 97. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Longest of the year for Dortch, and boy, did the Cardinals need that.
Yeah, they did, and Hufanga was there on the back end to at least save a touchdown. That's a great job of Dortch after getting the ball, of dodging some defenders.
Connor on 1st and goal is in for the touchdown. His 4th touchdown of the year.
Pretty good look up front, and Hufanga is the one guy who comes in to fill, and then it's just one-on-one. It's Connor and Hufanga, and Connor's able to do enough. You see Lenore's trying to get into the mix, but Hufanga was the one guy who kind of had a chance. And then Fred Warner, he's trying to hold up, and there's the ball. You see it down low. But just really good coverage on that one.
3rd down and 6 now. Incomplete. Samuel couldn't make the catch, and he had defenders all over him. Marco Wilson. First down from the 25, now down 14 points. 49er fans getting loud. Here's Connor. Nice run to start this possession. Over the left side, able to get 14 yards. 3rd down and 13. Cardinals need a stop. Receiver fell down. That was Ayuk.
He leans back a little bit, and so that's why, he doesn't stay out over his toes, and this surface is a little slick. So as he's trying to pull out of it, he's fortunate, because a lot of times you see a receiver go down like that. You got Marco Wilson who sees the ball coming.
Ground game is cooking for the 49ers this half. Under 3 to go, 3rd quarter. Handoff to Mitchell, and he's met in the backfield. Good play. Loss of 1.
Yes, it is, because you just don't get to see an offense like this, or a defense for that matter.
Here's a good throw by McSorley, complete to A.J. Green. Delayed handoff to Ingram, right up the gut. First down.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Cliff Kingsbury's not thinking the same thing, because on that 4th down, well, it's going to take a total reversal for them to be able to salvage this season.
McSorley out to his right. Eyes downfield, and he throws, and a nice catch by Green right on the sideline for another Arizona first down.